Welcome to the Perham Show. I am here with Diane Matson, who is the coordinator of the farmers market here in Perham, and we're in the location is right next to the post office.
Right.
It's NP Park, right?
It's the NP Park right on Main, and we've been here now. This is our first year again, but we were here. My dad and mom had started the farmers market about 25 years ago.
Really?
And we were closed for a few years because it wasn't a farmer's market. People were bringing shoes in, and it was not a farmer's market.
Turned into a flea market
right.
instead
and
of a farmer's market.
Right.
Yeah.
And we try to stay with the homegrown product, the homemade product, nothing store-bought and brought in.
Yeah.
We have people that's from New York Mills, from Frazee. We have a lot of fresh vegetables coming in now, many different varieties.
I was amazed, Diane. I saw kohlrabi.
We have
and zucchini. I mean, my zucchini plants are just getting flowers on them now, and they're big honking zucchinis here. And
the trick of it is, if you've got a little greenhouse in your yard, which I do, I got a 25 by 25 greenhouse heated, and I start all my plants for the garden about the end of February, 1st of March, and now I've got 175 tomato plants in pots in my yard.
Oh,
I do in the greenhouse at the end of February.
Yeah.
And I've got tomatoes now, and my zucchini, I start in plug trays before they go out in the garden.
Well, you know, it's interesting that I'm seeing these fresh vegetables here and the fresh baked goods, but I was here last Wednesday too, and there are new people, different items, and so it seems like it's the kind of place that is going to change every week.
Oh, it is. It's going to be different.
Let's talk about your hours and the days that you're open.
We're open 9 to 1, but we have people coming here as soon as we're here at 7:30 in the morning. They're lining up.
Yeah.
They want to be here for, the early bird catches the worm, catches what he wants. And we're here Wednesdays and Fridays, and we're going to try and be here through the month of October.
Weather permitting.
Weather permitting, and a lot of times if it's pouring down rain, we will not be here.
Okay.
But if it sprinkles, that's not going to chase us away, because we have a product that will take the rain.
Yes, you sure do.
And I do have pickles. A lot of my homemade pickles go out. I sold over 600 quarts last year.
Wow! So what are some of the unique things that people are bringing?
We have jellies, jams and jellies, homemade jams and jellies. We have homemade breads, many different varieties of bread.
I saw some zucchini bread that was looking hard to resist.
Rhubarb bread, zucchini bread. We have a gentleman that his wife makes the zucchini bread. The rhubarb muffins are out of this world.
Now I understand on Fridays you mentioned that you were going to have some different, like you have eggs.
We have a gentleman that comes in every Friday with eggs.
Okay. He's not here on Wednesdays, but he's here on Fridays.
Right.
Okay.
Every week we're going to have somebody else coming in with other product coming in. A lot of new things, so please come on down and have fun if you want to just see what everybody's bringing.
Now, is there a number to call, Diane?
Yes,
if people
you can contact me at 218-564-5887, or call Sherry at the Chamber of Commerce here in Perham.
Okay, so they can help out.
Right.
So you've been doing this for...
I've been busy with
the farmers market is 3 years old in this...
Here this is our first year.
Oh, okay.
We were here 3 years ago, and we were here for 3 years then.
Okay.
And then the city said no more because there was too much junk coming in.
Okay.
And then the chamber contacted me last year and asked me if I'd coordinate a farmers market this year.
Well, I know that some of the vendors, some of the people go not just here in Perham, they go to other markets.
I do 4 markets. I do Park Rabbits, Summerhill Farms.
Okay.
I do Monaga.
Okay.
And I do sometimes in New York Mills.
Okay.
And Perham is my best one.
Perham is the best one. Yeah. Well, you have. Sounds like you have a little soft spot, though.
Yes, I graduated from Perham back in '73.
Okay. So before we run out of time, Diane, I know that we want to let people know we're Wednesdays and Fridays, 9 to 1. But people show up early, and and we're over at NP Park, which is right by the post office.
Right.
and it changes all the time. New
Yes.
vendors every day.
Right.
So welcome, and so glad to have you on the Perham Show. And make sure you folks get over to the farmers market. Stick with us. We're going to be,
and if nothing else, just visit with us.
yeah, we're going to be right back. We're going to talk to Kelly Wakescheid about Frisbee golf. So stick with us. Welcome back to the Perham Show. My guest is Kelly Wakescheid, and Kelly has been very instrumental in helping to get the Frisbee golf going here in Perham. Welcome to the Perham Show.
Thank you, Patty.
I am so delighted to hear about this. I know that my son-in-law and daughter and their kids just love throwing those Frisbees in the park. So when is this going to happen?
Well, we've been working on it for a while this spring. We've started with preliminary design. We had a lot of great ideas from a couple different groups. And we're right now trying to move past preliminary design and actually start the implementation of the course. We're hoping still to have it ready in the next month or so before our official summer season is done.
Sure.
But it's really an activity that can really take place right up until the snow flies. So late fall it can still be utilized.
Absolutely. And where is the location going to be, Kelly?
The Frisbee golf course is going to be located in the south end of Arvig Park, and for people who are familiar with Arvig Park, it's in between where the new skate park is going to be on the west side, and all the way down to the east side where the new water tower is. The south side is going to be where the entrance is, where the current tennis courts are at. People can pull up there and park, and that's going to be where our starting and ending holes are going to be at.
Nice. And so what a fun game, you know, I mean, good physical activity, you know, incorporate that, but you don't have to have all of the equipment.
Right.
So who's going to be selling the Frisbees?
We have a couple retailers in Perham lined up, a couple hardware stores, kind of gift shop stores.
So you'll be able to get them locally. And now I know that you had to do a lot of fundraising.
We did, and
to
actually,
do this project.
yes, not as much fundraising as you'd think. The Park and Rec Board has actually been very instrumental in setting aside the beginning funds for the park. So they actually started off with a pretty generous amount for the park. We quickly realized that would only be enough to do 9 holes. We thought as long as we had the space, we had the momentum, that type of thing, we'd try and go for the full 18. So
who have been some of the other folks that have helped you?
We've had Jason Broughton has been very helpful with doing a lot of the fundraising and getting pricing on some of the equipment we need. Also, Dave Nyson from the Park and Rec Board has been very helpful. And Merle Meese is the City Public Works Director. He's actually going to be the guy in charge of actually implementing the course and tree clearing, not necessarily tree clearing, but tree pruning and that type of thing to make sure the course goes in as we had planned.
So what ages, Kelly?
It's really an all ages sport. It's great for families. People can push kids in strollers. It's great for an older population. You can choose to play as many holes as you'd like. You can play 9 holes. You can play full 18. You can start and stop whenever you'd like. So
how far away? How far away is an actual toss, or does that vary?
It's similar to golf, and we have different pars. Some of the smaller or shorter holes might be a 3 par, where they're a little bit easier and helps get people used to the game. We have some stronger, more challenging holes that are maybe a 5 par, or maybe they're shorter but they have more obstacles.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun.
Yes.
You know, and I'm thinking that if the terrain is okay, people who are in wheelchairs,
right,
it would be a sport that absolutely anybody could take part in.
It's great for all ages, and actually the older population is really picking up the sport.
Good. Well, you know, I know that you've got some holes that have been sponsored by local businesses, and some, people that have donated money and organizations. Is there a way for people to still get involved, or to learn more about it, or to give a call if they need more information?
There is. Yes, they can talk to any of the people I mentioned earlier, either myself, Kelly Wakescheid, at Hammers Construction, or Jason Broughton is also in charge of helping with fundraising, and he is at Farmer State Bank.
Okay, very good. And so we're looking at, remind me once again before we run out of time, your projected opening.
We're hoping to open within the next month or so here, depending on how the weather goes and the city crews go, and we're also looking for a little bit of involvement from some other groups in the area, possibly the Perham Rotary and things like that.
Perfect.
Helping with some of the bigger cleanup just to make sure we get on track right away.
Sounds good. Kelly Wakescheid, thanks so much for being with us on the Perham Show.
Thank
you for tuning in from the Farmers Market.